Welcome back. I'm the Welsh Lady and I normally do videos whispering, doing ASMR style, but I'm doing today's video softly spoken. And the reason for that, well, there's two reasons. One, I've got yet another cold and whispering is a bit of a challenge. But secondly, I thought there might be people wanting to watch this video who are maybe not into whispering, or because today is a little different. It's an unboxing, and I did a sort of a teaser video earlier in the week, so you may have guessed already what it is. It's an unboxing of this retro classic, the Nokia 2610 mobile phone, circa 2007. I bought this phone round about 2007 for my mother, trying to bring her into the modern age. I tried, the pack's been opened, I set it up, tried to teach my mother how to use it, but she's completely resisted. It's remained in its box in a cupboard at her house. And I went there the other day and found it in the cupboard, and I just thought it would be fun to open the box, charge up the phone and see, what the technology was back in 2007. Some of you may think it is ancient, archaic. How did people manage with such things? People more my vintage will look fondly on this type of phone and see it for all the benefits. Able to make phone calls when you're out and about. That was quite a new thing in the 90s. And it was purely a device to make telephone calls, receive telephone calls, and then send texts, but not long texts like we do now on smartphones. There is a web capability on here, but again, it wouldn't deal with complex web pages. And I don't have any SIM card in here, so I'm not able to make calls any longer. As you can imagine how old the SIM is. But it's quite fun to have a little look at the games, the tones on here. So please stick around if you're interested in seeing that. If you're not really interested in technology, then maybe stick around for the soothing, boring, softly spoken ramble, which might send you off to sleep anyway. But first of all, I wanted to unbox it, show you the phone and the paperwork that comes in the box. So let's do that first. So here's the box. Did have the original seal, but as I say, I've already opened it long ago. But the box is in remarkably good condition, considering how old it is. Look at the design on the cover, lovely old-fashioned office scene there. The Nokia slogan, Nokia connecting people. Bit of information on the side here, and a photograph of the actual phone, the Nokia 2610, and it's got some bullet points here, and this kind of ages it. An ergonomic classic design, 65K coloured display with larger fonts, a built-in voice recorder with hands-free speaker, and a WAP browser, a WAP browser, and multimedia messaging, MMS. It's so quaint, isn't it? Imagine having that as your bullet points of why people should buy this phone. Ergonomic, classic design, built-in voice recorder. It is so quaint. So that's the box. Inside, all the original paperwork is in here, I bought this at Tesco, so it came with a Tesco SIM card. So I've got the welcome to Tesco mobile here. It'll keep me handy in the important. And look what I found here. Who can remember mobile payment cards? It was a top-up card. You could go to Tesco's and hand this in and say, can you put £10 top-up on here? And yeah, you could use that then to get more data for your phone. So yeah, that was the card that you could use to top up. There's a little welcome booklet here from Tesco Mobile, giving you all the instructions of how to set up your phone and how to bring your number across, all the important things. And then the user manual from Nokia. So yeah, I think back in the day you could buy this sort of model of phone, but you could have it with various providers. So this one's Tesco, but you could have had Orange or whatever the providers were at the time. Yeah, so there's the instructions in here, and the other thing, I love this, the extra little bits that you can get to go with your lovely new phone. And look at this, it's a cradle that you could have fitted in your car so that you could rest the phone on that. You could make hands-free calls on it, not text obviously because you would have to take your eye off the road, but you could make calls, and it used to charge your phone at the same time. Now I was in sales and this was the sort of phone that I had from the early 2000s onwards, and I always kept it in the car. I got in the car with my work stuff, clonked my phone on its cradle. It would stay there till I got out, and I never charged my phone at home because it always stayed topped up on that cradle. So nostalgic. And there is also a plug, a branded Nokia, Nokia 3-pin plug with the charging cable, and the charging cable is one of those. And then the actual phone, let's have a look. The beautiful phone. I think it's so stylish. It is unbelievably light. Charge it by sticking that in there, but as I said, when I had one of these it would charge up in the car. On the back you've got the Nokia logo. The plastic, it feels quite tacky. I think that's just down to its age. I guess the plastic is degrading a little bit, possibly. It does feel a bit tacky, but you can slip off the back. Look at the battery, and I'm not sure if that's going to show up here. There's a lovely little hologram of again, just so lovely. I was amazed after all this time. You know what batteries in mobile phones are like now, and you know, gosh, they just don't work, and then the whole thing stops working. When I made that video last week where I just unboxed it and said I was going to do a longer video, I honestly at that point had not plugged it in. I did not know if it was going to be able to switch on. I'm delighted to say that I've charged this today for no more than 10 minutes, and I've been able to get it to switch on. The display's faded a little bit, but still functional as a phone. At least it would be if it had a SIM card in it. But we're going to have a little play and have a look around the menu. But I've just come over all warm and fuzzy looking at this phone. I really have. I mean, look how tiny it is. And I hope you enjoy this video as much as I have enjoyed making it. Do let me know in the comments, is this something from the dark ages as far as you're concerned, or are you, like me, feeling a fuzzy nostalgia for the good old days of telecommunications? So let's switch the phone on and have a little look. So I've got the phone out and I charged it probably for, well, 5 minutes. And when you consider this phone has been sitting in a box in a cupboard for, well, 15 years, I'm guessing, I find it quite amazing that I've been able to charge it at all. So I've dimmed all the lights because there is some glare, and I'm going to try and angle the phone so that you can enjoy the retro vibe of the Nokia 2610 display. But yeah, the case is just feels so lovely, and it feels so at home in my hands because I bought this one for my mother, but it was a style of phone that I had had, well, for 7 years at that point. I bought this in 2007. I had my first mobile phone, I think, the late 90s. But work phones I'd had from 2002 onwards, or 2001 onwards even. And they were always this type of phone. So it just feels so lovely in my hand. It's so light, so small. And I've obviously got a bit of muscle memory because without reading instructions, I know that's funny, isn't it? Reading instructions. We always think today's smartphones are intuitive, but because I had used one of these in work for so long, everything feels kind of natural. So I charged it up, and I know, look, you've got a little green button to make a call, red to end a call. For those of you who've never used this type of phone, I'd better explain the keyboard, I suppose. So yeah, that's your display. We'll switch it on now so you can see it. But this is your little select in the middle, and then there's various arrows going that way, up and down to move around the menu that will come up on here. But, you know, these phones were mainly for making calls. There is a web capability here, not any longer because there's no SIM card or connectability in here, but it was very rudimentary web paging in here. But yeah, mainly phone calls, making, receiving, and then texting. Let's switch it on so we can see this display and hear some of these lovely old tones as well. So a long press on the red button to switch it on. The display has faded over the years, but I don't know if you saw the Nokia, and there were two little hands reaching out for each other, but as I say, the display seems to have faded a lot. But look, the keypad lights up. So if you're making calls in the dark, so handy. And it reads here, the SIM card registration failed. Well, I'm not surprised because the SIM card was bought in 2007. And then you get your main menu. There would be a little icon here to show you how good your signal was at the time. This says go to menu is the main button here. Oh, display's gone off. And then my phone provider was Tesco on this. So let's have a little play around on the menu. So the little envelope moves around, that's messaging. We've got contacts, you put all your phone numbers and important people in there. little up and down arrows. I'm not sure if it's showing, but they are animated. That's your call log. And if we move down to the next row, settings, the gallery, that was where all your tones are. Media, don't get too excited. I think possibly, there's no camera on this phone, but maybe, I think there's clip art in there. We've got an organizer with like a to-do list, calendar, etc. Instant messages. I love that, instant message. Next we've got applications, might be some games in there. And then web, which is really funny because I know we're not going to get on the web because we've got no connection. So messaging, let's select that. You can create a message, and there are 5 messages in my inbox. So let's see. Tesco Info sent us a message. Season's greetings from Tesco Mobile. In the festive spirit, we're giving you some free special treats. Call 2701 free to get yours. My mother never got ever sent a message on here. I did try teaching her a couple of times, but she has adamantly refused to move with the times. Saying that, she does have an Alexa show now, and we use that to keep in touch, which is lovely. So let's try and create a text message. So, oops, get back here, and I want to scroll up to create message. There you go, create message. Let's click OK. Oh, I'm out of touch. Right, now we've got a few options here. I can do a text message, a multimedia, a flash message, or an audio. A text message. Let's go into options. No. So I suppose we could just make up a number, because it's not going anywhere. And then our message. So this is where you've got to create a message using the number keys. So let's see how quickly it all comes back. And then there's a space to, oops, and if you're not quick enough, you've got to press clear. Just to say gap. Hello, and then kiss. Oh my goodness, it's no wonder we didn't send long texts. How long that takes. Send. So that was texts. What else have we got here? Contact, save your numbers in there, log of calls, media, the recorder. Well, we've just used that, so skip that. Gallery, right. Themes, graphics. Let's have a look at graphics. Nokia, Tesco, clip arts. Gosh, do you remember clip arts? All PowerPoint presentations. If you were very snazzy, you would insert very funny, cute little clip arts, which would look very naff nowadays. But oops, look, you can send hearts to someone. These were the original emoticons. Maybe not to your boss. Let's have a little look what else we've got. a little sunflower, a butterfly, beautiful, beautiful butterfly, various other things. What's that? Oh, it's a star, but it's faded. I can't see that. Yeah. So there we are. Got some graphics in there, frames, wallpapers. Shall we have a look at the wallpapers? Got a birthday cake. Again, very faded. Yeah, and you could really personalise your phone and have, when you switched on, instead of the Nokia symbol, you could have a birthday cake, maybe, or I saw canoes, dots, a form, a getaway, JPEG. Let's have a look. Look at that. Dream of your holiday every time you switched your phone on. Okay, so that's the wallpapers. What else? Screensavers. Okay, we've got the Tesco mobile, which isn't very exciting, is it? I think we're done there now. That's graphics. Look over here, settings, organizer. What's in there? An alarm clock, a calendar, a to-do list, notes, calculator. Look at this calculator. One, and then your plus and minus are basically all you could do. Add 2, and the equals, you could press the middle button, is 3. Yeah, not much use is that. Add up your mileage for your expense forms. What else is on? Alarm clock, calendar. Oops. Good job I didn't actually send that. Go back to the menu. Settings, yeah. Nope. So to-do lists, notes, calculator, a timer, stopwatch, instant message. So yeah, we've had a little look at that. That's no saved conversations. Instant message. Applications. No, I don't imagine there's much in here. Games, okay. Coin flipping. Now, I was never a game player. I'm still not. So these won't ever have been looked at. I hope that lovely tune is right. Start. I'm not sure what the aim of this is. Skip. Absolutely no idea. What's nature park? Taking a bit longer to open. Oh. New game. Oh. Absolutely no idea what I'm going to do. I'm moving these little... It's like Tetris or something, is it? Oh dear me. No idea. I don't seem to be controlling anything. Well, let me know if it's something you want me to revisit. Maybe I can learn. Yeah, well, that's got a... Yeah, I think I want to exit that. So that's as far as the games go. Yeah, so applications, not much there. Web, little spinny earth. I know there won't be anything here. Loading. What is it loading? Taking too long. I don't imagine there's anything in there anyway. Oops, skip back. Web, let's go up, instant message, applications. Was there anything else? No, there wasn't anything in there, was there? I want to get to ringtones. So let's go to gallery and tones. Ringtones. Right, so there's the Nokia tune. Oh, the sound of that on the train or the bus, all around you. Airy mid. Actually sounds quite good. Airy mid, okay. Clock alert. Got a little vibration going as well. Oof, annoying. Sounds like an alarm. What else? Another clock alert. Oh. Discover. You could also buy tunes and download them, and you could have little your favourite music. These are the freebies. Festival. Any of you like the idea of having that as your ringtone now? Glitzy. Jig. I think you could have the vibration on as an option. You didn't have to. And you could have it on quiet and just vibrate, so your phone would dance across the desk or jiggle in your pocket or your handbag. Nostalgia. Oh, I used to love this one. Yeah, the old-fashioned phone. I love that. Nuance. Groovy. And old times. very nice. When your boss was calling, it wouldn't feel so bad, would it, with that tune? Pick it up. Oh, heavy. I'm wondering if I'm going to get a copyright strike playing these tunes. Tinker. Nice. Quite delicate. I think we're back to Nokia. Yeah. So, well, I think we're pretty much done with our tour. Alert. I suppose these are for messages. So we've only got 2 options. That's option 1 or 2. Oh, I would have option 1. Yeah, nothing else there. Yeah, go back to our main gallery. I think we're pretty much through here, other than, of course, the when you switch your phone off. But considering this is, well, 15 years old, maybe the young people watching this probably think this looks really old-fashioned. But to me, it's a lovely phone. And I mean, the battery would last for days and days. I remember when mobile phones didn't have a colour display, it was just literally like a grey display. Yeah, I mean, I love the fact the buttons are backlit, and you can't really do much on here other than phone, but yeah, I still think it's lovely. So before I say goodbye, I'm just gonna switch it off by long holding on the red button. Hope you've enjoyed this trip down memory lane. Maybe some of you have got your own Nokia in the cupboard somewhere, or an equally old phone, different brand maybe. And maybe for others it's brought back some nice memories. And for the rest of you, maybe you're just completely overwhelmed with how basic technology was. So press and hold to say goodbye. There's no goodbye tone, it just went off. I'll see you on the next video.